I love taking a shower in the morning. That's because it helps me to wake up and gets my blood flowing. There's nothing better than a morning shower to wash away the sleepiness. It is also a perfect way to refresh my mind before tackling my daily tasks. Not to mention that it helps me to feel more productive, more alert, and more focused. For me, taking a shower before bed is much better. First of all, a warm, soothing shower at night helps me to feel calm and relaxed. Also, after a long day outside, it's necessary for me to wash off the dust on my hair and body. It helps me to relieve the stresses of the day as well. But most importantly, before climbing into my bed, I like to feel clean and refreshed. I've been doing Miracle Morning for more than a year now. By waking up at 5 a.m. every morning, it allows me to start my day off productively. Studying before going to work, I feel more in control of myself. The sense of accomplishments gets me through the day. Also, by studying in the morning, I can free up my evenings to just relax, Personally, morning study never works for me. I have difficulty waking up early in the morning. In fact, nighttime can be a quieter and more peaceful environment for studying since everyone's asleep. If you establish the habit of studying in the evening, you can avoid unnecessary distractions and focus on your goals. It'll give you more control over your schedule. Well, I think it's tolerable. Isn't it nice that my boyfriend is being thoughtful and caring with good manners? I think it could boost his reputation, which is also a good thing. And having the desire to help others is one of your basic instincts, compassion. So it's hard to just ignore someone in trouble, right? No. Have you actually tried to pull apart those marinated sesame leaves? Picking up a leaf with chopsticks takes a lot of effort and concentration, especially when they're stuck together. It requires even more focus. I can't stand seeing my boyfriend put in that much effort for someone else. And the fact that he keeps his eyes on her the whole time just really bothers me. It doesn't make sense to put billions of people into just 16 personality types. And when we do this, we can limit ourselves and ignore our potential for growth and change. For example, if somebody finds out he's in the NFJ or something, he might start trying to act like that type of person. We also tend to stereotype others based on their personality types. This will stop us to try to learn about the diversity. I think the MBTI is pretty accurate, and it's a great way to start conversations with people you don't know well. Another thing I like about it is that it helps you to understand yourself better, so you can figure out what your strengths and weaknesses are and use that knowledge to improve yourself. Also, we can now understand why people act a certain way and resolve conflicts more easily. I just love staying in on weekends. It's so much more relaxing and stress-free than going out. At home, I can just wear my comfy pajamas and not worry about dressing up and all that. Plus, I need to catch up on all the TV shows that I've been missing out on. And I like to just order in some food and have a chill day in my own space. I get where you're coming from, but for me, staying in on weekends just feels like a waste. I'm all about trying new things and making the most of my time. I get energized by being around people, so I like to hang out with them as much as possible. And to be honest, if I stay in too long, I start to feel restless. So I need to get out, move around, see new things, and get some fresh air. Having a joint account could be awesome because with that, it's going to be way easier to plan the dates around a budget. And splitting the bills on the spot can be too businesslike, You won't have to worry about those awkward discussions about who's paying for what. It's also a good way to avoid fights about money because you both are on the same page. Well, call me old-fashioned, but I don't really like the idea of having a joint account. What are you going to do if you guys break up? It'd be really awkward if you're asking for your money back. And splitting the bills equally seems too calculated. Fine, we could just take turns paying for the dates. And I think if you don't have enough trust with them, things can get even uglier. I always like to get things done well ahead of time. It makes me feel more confident and better. And I like to feel like I have everything under control. Plus, if something unexpected comes up, I won't have to stress about finishing my work on time. Also, I don't perform well under such high pressure. Well, I'm the opposite. I found that I work best under pressure. When the deadline is looming, I suddenly become super focused and efficient. And when I finally nail it right before the deadline, I feel this huge sense of catharsis. I know it's not the best habit to have, but I've been doing it for so long that now I'm kind of addicted to this rush. I really want to get married and start a family someday. Like, it's so important to have that one person who's always there for me no matter what. I guess I learned it from my parents. You know, they just seem so incredibly happy together. And honestly, I think the media is pushing this idea of staying single. They only show us the bad parts of marriage, but it can be really amazing if you find the right person. I don't think getting married is important to be happy in life. I see many successful single people around me who's living their fulfilling lives without marriage. Besides, I'm more focused on my career right now, and marriage can be a trap that limits my growth. I also feel like the pressure to get married is outdated and doesn't apply to our generation anymore. I've always thought that guys and girls can't truly be friends. They might say they're just friends, but it's highly likely that one of them is a friend in disguise. Otherwise, why would so many couples get upset when their lover has a friend of the opposite sex? I mean, I've seen so many people start out as friends, but eventually become a couple. And let's face it, there are certain things that you can't share with friends of the opposite gender. Friendship doesn't depend on gender. They can be friends just fine, as long as both are mature enough to respect each other's boundaries. I mean, the heck, I have many guy friends myself. They're my good human network. And not everything is shared with all of your friends if you think of it. There are different types of friendships. I love online shopping because it's so easy and convenient. I don't have to leave my house, walk around, and see all the products just to find the thing that I like. Shopping online can save you so much time. Oh, it saves your money too, because it often has great deals that you can't find in stores. I also love the fact that I can read many reviews from other customers before I buy. I prefer to do my shopping in person. I want to check the products myself as they often look different online. I don't know how many times I got disappointed by the poor quality of the products from online shopping. Also, I can shop with my friends and family and spend quality time with them. And the best part is, I can get it on the spot without waiting for several days. I prefer Wednesdays off because I feel like the week just flies by so quickly. It's also like we have 2 weekends because we get to relax in the middle of the week. If I work hard for just 2 days, I can take a break, and this goes on throughout the semester. Also, it's less crowded on Wednesdays than on Fridays, so I can relax better. What's more, during exam season, it's nice to be able to take a bit of a breather. Friday is the best day to unwind and let go of any stress. First, the weekends feel longer, so I can easily go on trips. Working for 4 days can be tough, but having 3 days off in a row is just so worth it. I start to feel happy from Thursday mornings, knowing that I just need to get through one more day. And it's a perfect day to hang out, since many of my friends also have Fridays off. I think we don't need to study English as hard as before. English translation software is now very advanced and sophisticated. AI can now translate and interpret complex sentences with ease. It can even translate live conversations so people now can communicate in their native language. So instead of spending time memorizing grammar rules and vocabularies, we can focus on learning more important skills like coding or engineering. Despite the advancements in AI, I think learning English is still so important. Well, it's still the most widely spoken language in the world, and it's needed in many fields. Plus, AI technology is not perfect yet, and it still makes critical mistakes in translation. But most importantly, I think relying too much on technology can be really risky. We gotta keep pushing ourselves to get better. Otherwise, we'll be replaced by the machine. I always prefer studying at the library. It's super quiet and everyone's focused. When I see other people working hard like that, it makes me feel more motivated to study hard. Plus, I don't have to worry about how I look or dress. It's also a great way to get some quality studying without spending money on anything. For me, coffee is a better place to study. The background noise of people chatting and the sound of coffee machines help me more focused. Also, I don't have to feel self-conscious about typing on my laptop. And coffee keeps me going when I start to feel drained. And sometimes I study with my friends and that helps me do better on my exams. I prefer working from home because then I don't have to commute in rush hour. It's a lot less stressful to avoid a packed bus or subway. Since I'm not in the office, I don't have to deal with my boss constantly checking up on me. And I like that I can wear whatever I want in my place. The best part though, I get to spend a lot more time with my dog. Personally, I'd rather go into the office to work. When you work from home, it's hard to separate your work life from your personal life because you're always in the same place. But when I leave the office, I'm done for the day and I can fully relax. I do feel more productive when I'm in my office. Plus, it's easier to communicate with colleagues and boss in person than through Zoom. I'm not really into taking big risks with money. I'd rather play it safe and invest in things like fixed deposits. Besides, I saw one of my friends lost all of his money just overnight through crypto trading. And I have more important things to do than check the stock prices 24/7. So I'll stick to investing in a savings account instead of risking my hard-earned money. Yeah, there is a chance that you could lose it all, but there's also a chance that you could make it big. To make a lot of money while young, you gotta make bold moves and take risks. It's important to note that high returns come with high risks. Also, we should experience failure and learn from our mistakes to achieve financial freedom. And as long as we don't get too addicted to these investments, I think it's worth it. I like going on package trips. We don't have to worry about transportation, accommodation, and finding good restaurants. It's all taken care of and planned out for us, and we can just sit back and enjoy. We get to see all the popular tourist spots, and I get to meet new people and have fun in a group. I like to travel on my own without any guides or tour packages involved. I want to experience the culture like a local. Also, I enjoy planning my own trip and explore at my own pace. And it's more adventurous and exciting to be spontaneous. And I also like to hang out with the locals, not just with other tourists. Going to college is not as necessary as it used to be. Graduating from college doesn't guarantee success anymore like it did for older generation. Nowadays, many people with degrees work in fields unrelated to their major. Plus, there are many successful entrepreneurs who never went to college, so it's better to focus on your strengths rather than forcing you to study something that might benefit you in the future. I think people who say that are just looking for an excuse not to study. In Korean society, good companies still prioritize which school you went to. Also, I believe the discipline and the study habits you developed when you're growing up can shape your life as an adult. Plus, if you look closely, most of the successful entrepreneurs went to prestigious universities, but we tend to focus on the exceptions because they seem too good to be true. I just love the feel and smell of paper books. You can see your progress while reading and mark the pages you want to go back by making a dog ear. You never have to worry about your battery dying or screen breaking. And when you put books in the bookshelf, it's so aesthetically pleasing. It feels like paper books improve my concentration because I can take notes on the margin. I think it's so worth it to invest in buying an ebook reader. Paper books can be bulky and heavy, but ebook readers are usually so compact and light. It's so portable that you can take it wherever you go and make reading a part of your routine. Also, you can read it lying down on a bed or even in the showers if it's waterproof. It's easy to highlight the lines on ebooks, and you can quickly review all that in one place after finishing the book. I personally think Galaxy phones are better than iPhones. They have this cool feature where you can record your calls, which is super helpful for important conversations. Also, they are way cheaper than iPhones. And with Samsung Pay, we don't need to carry around a wallet anymore. How convenient. And buying Samsung products is like supporting our own country and economy. For me, iPhones are simply the best. iPhone is this stylish design and its own vibe that appeals to younger generations. And the camera quality on iPhone is absolutely amazing. Every photo you take is Instagrammable. Also, with AirDrop, You can easily share big files between Apple devices because they're so well connected. We're all going to have to work until the day we die, whether we like it or not. Since we'll be doing it for our whole lives, we might as well find something we're passionate about. That's when work becomes enjoyable and we become more productive. And when our efficiency improves, money will naturally follow. So the key to success is finding your passion and loving what you do. I think people who say do what you love are often irresponsible and hypocritical. That kind of advice can make already happy people unhappy when they realize they're not doing what they love. And the feeling of loving your work is temporary, so it's better to keep that as a hobby. Instead, you should focus more on doing something you're best at that pays well. That way, you can upgrade your hobby and enjoy it even more.